Welcome back to the Mid-Year Mitch YouTube channel. In today's episode, we're comparing Vette Masters 67 big block Stinger hood to an original 67 hood. So be sure to stick around.
This look of the mingled fiberglass mat can only be achieved with the heavy pressure.
Okay.
And once again, with the jig fit and press molded drying in the tooling, you get the same part at a time.
So this is where you make your Stinger hoods.
Yep.
That's awesome. Which is awesome. And so there's no gel, like hand laid stuff, they'll put gel coat on stuff, but these don't, there's no like gel coat, right? This is just
the
fiberglass.
The number one question we get when people ask about our panels is, how much gel coat do they have? The answer is zero.
Yeah, because the original ones didn't have any.
Gel coat is something that was invented by Ralph Eckler to save damaged fiberglass.
Okay.
And a lot of the guys that are making the fiberglass molds have to use a gel coat for their paintable surface.
Okay.
They also have to use a heavy release agent to get their fiberglass part off their fiberglass teeth.
Okay.
Whereas the fiberglass off the steel is much easier.
Interesting. So then you're actually tinting the resin.
Yes.
To get the color instead of tinting the gel coat, because there's obviously none.
And that's one of the reasons we want you to join us at the factory, because we're going to work on some of the earlier colors.
So we have our two hoods sitting here. My customer bought this hood in a pile of parts to build a 67 Roadster, and I'm not sure if you're going to be able to tell in the light. It's harder to see on camera than it is in person, but this was once cut out for a blower. You can see a crack right here. You can actually see some of the grain. They didn't use chop mat. They used the stuff that you would use to fix a boat, basically. But they filled in a hole right here for a blower. There's a bunch of holes and stuff coming through. So we decided not to use this hood. While we were at Vette Masters doing a video on how they build their front ends, and we picked up a front end for this car, we decided let's go ahead and get a hood for them while we're here. So these hoods are really nice. They have the original type of grain of the fiberglass. There's no gel coat used in these. These are 100% press molded fiberglass like they did originally. So I would like to do a video on this in the future if we can get it coordinated. But basically, they take fiberglass sheets, they put it in a press that has two steel molds. They put a charge of resin and the catalyst in the center, or strategically positioned. The molds are heated, they come down, and they squish the resin all the way out to the edges. The mold shears off all the excess fiberglass, so you end up with a really sharp edge all the way around, and then boom, you have yourself a panel. These are really strong, really light, and it also prevents you from getting surface defects, just the way it pushes it out. Now, it's a tedious process to get it nailed down, but this is the way GM did it, and I believe this is one of the best hoods on the market. So, overall, looks the same. This is one of the most popular hood swaps that you see, but the real difference is on the other side. So let's get both these flipped around. Now, with both hoods flipped around, we can get a look at the structure. Now, the structure is one of the most important parts about these hoods. If you look at a lot of hand-laid reproductions, you're going to see they use a pop rivet in here to hold the steel nut plate in place. You'll never be able to see the nut plate because your hood pin goes here, but you'll be able to see these. You can see they use the correct solid rivets, just like they did originally. That's one of the big bugaboos. The other one is the texture. If you look at the underside of this hood, now, like I said, they monkeyed with this area. There's lots of spider cracks and Bondo and stuff in here. But if you come down here, you can see just a little bit of texture in here on the actual hood skin. Press molded one is nice and smooth, but there is still a little bit of texture. You can feel a little bit of the grain. And if you don't fully body work the underside of this, if you just scuff it, prime it, and paint it, you'll see what they did originally, which is just a little bit of the grain peeking through. Now, a hand-laid hood is going to be super textured in this area the whole way around. That's how Overkill's was. I had to come in here and sand it. It didn't turn out perfect. It needs body worked. It's a lot of work. So the couple bucks you save on a hand-laid hood, in my opinion, is not worth it, because you have so much work to do to the underside. And if you just paint it with all that texture and you pop your hood on your beautiful painted car, in my opinion, it makes it look a little cheesy. But you can see they did a nice job. The original structure has a bit of a curve here where the hood comes up, so there's a little bit of a void. And you can see there's a little bit of a void. They put a little more glue on this one, but I've seen them where they're done, like this hood, there's a little bit of a gap here, and that's fine. You can see the way the hood structure, there's a gap here, you can see there's a bit of a gap here. It all lines up right. They built these off of, I believe, original or new old stock hoods. They laser scanned them, had the tooling made, and they're made in 3 pieces. You have the structure that goes the whole way around, the hood skin itself, and then you have this insert, which a lot of times people cut these out. A lot of people say that you can gain some power by cutting these out because you get more airflow. You might be able to get a little more heat out that way, but you're not going to get air in, because the way these cars are designed, the air goes over the hood and it puddles at the windshield, which is why they turned these into cowls for the L88. They didn't put the vent here, they put it here. They tested it in the wind tunnel and they knew what they were doing. But you can see down at the bottom, again, we have our correct rivets, the original to the new. And this is a well-made hood. They built a fixture to clamp these together and build them whenever they cure these up, because you want this curvature to be correct, because if not, it won't fit your front end. And they designed it off an original one, so if your car already has a hood on it, you put this one on, it should fit. There are differences, but it should fit. So overall, it's a very nice piece. I'm excited to put this on that 67 that we're going to be building, basically with a little bit of dynamic fiberglass, a little bit of Vette Masters fiberglass, and a whole lot of Mid-Year Mitch labor. So if you're interested in this hood or any fiberglass from Vette Masters, let me know. I have stuff for sale on my website. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And I got a lot of work to do, so I'll catch you guys later.